Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the first ever Nintendo Direct Patreon podcast, the podcast where, well, I really want to do something for y'all, the Patreons, to give you guys a voice for supporting not only me, but Avedon, the whole Chill Squad in general, your player too, Rob Regal, Rax the Great. Who else am I missing? But either way, everybody that comes through. So we want to give you all a voice. So without further ado, let's just get into the guests so far. Let's start with Pro Jakin, aka the Donald. How you doing, bro?
What's up, buddy? How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I'm glad for this first. Hey, I'm glad I brought back the podcast for real, because we were doing this every Sunday and I stopped doing it, but now I'm kind of glad I brought it back. This is fun already.
I'm glad you brought it back too, dog.
Like the pregame was fun. So, either way, we also have the homie Chris Levi. How you doing, my guy?
I'm doing good, man.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're doing good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm here.
All right, because you was like, yeah, I'm good. Oh, come on, man. Like, get hype. I know it's Sunday though. It's everybody's down day because it's a Sunday. But regardless, glad you can make it. Chris Levi is a Patreon, not only for myself, but also the homie Avedon. So we do appreciate you. And then last but not least, well, not last, we have Zach. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Yes, sir. So Zach's on here. Zach has actually been in my inbox talking about how excited he is for this, because he's been hitting me up with some inside information about Breath of the Wild 2. This dude has been going deep. So we're going to let him talk about that when we get to that topic. And last but not least, the homie Avedon Smith. You guys know who he is. You know what he's about. He is a legend around these parts. How you doing, bro?
I ain't no legend.
Yeah, I mean, you're a legend.
You're
a legend, bro. You are a legend. So either way,
what's going on, y'all? How y'all living?
Doing good. How did y'all? So we do this in the Chillcast. We might as well just do it here. So let's start with Jake. What you been playing?
I've been playing Torn of the Golden Country.
All right.
I've been playing NBA 2K.
Okay.
Bargain bin, $2.99.
That is truly bargain bin. That is truly a bargain bin deal.
That is definitely bargain bin.
I've been playing, what is it? Mario Kart Smash.
Well, we know you've been playing Mario Kart. Like, you've been kicking all the butts in Mario Kart, so we know that.
Dude. I gotta keep my skills sharp. I talk too much crap not to win.
That's true. That's G5. Anyway,
that's Chupa.
I don't know Chupa. I don't know about Chupa's skills in Smash. I'm not Smash, but in Mario Kart. I assume they're good, but
Chupa, he's as good as me.
Okay. Well, bet that is to be expected.
That's threatening.
That is to be expected. But anyway, Chris, what you been playing, man?
Been playing some Zelda Breath of the Wild, enjoying the more I get into that game.
Okay.
Been playing Smash. Played out Fallout 76 since it was free. But that game deserves to be free because it's not worth paying for it.
Okay. That's Fallout 76.
Yeah. Playing that game by yourself is you gotta.
Did you play that Battle Royale?
I tried it out, but I just played like 2 rounds of it. I didn't really care for it.
All right, well, you heard it here first, folks. He did not care much for the Battle Royale. So you heard it here first from Chris Levi. The game's still trash. Fallout 76 bad latency says. So there you go. Zach, what you been playing, bro? What you been playing?
Lately, I've been playing me some Doom 2016.
Okay.
Just smashing up all them demons.
All right. I'm glad you're enjoying that one. Anything else? Or you just been Doom?
I've been playing a bit of Zelda off my phone because I got a GBA emulator that I use, so I've been playing some Minish Cap.
Nice. I haven't played Minish Cap, so forgive me. I claim to be like the biggest Zelda fan ever. Yeah, I haven't played like my time with the quote unquote side games, like on the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, all that stuff. Like, it's very limited. So yeah, I'm a fraud in that sense. So Avedon.
First one I ever played was
So I've been playing, well, most of y'all know Trials of Mana. more Trials of Mana. Then I've been playing some Smash. Playing Smash right now, actually. Then I also been playing CS:GO 2 and Apex.
Apex, yes sir. Yes, sir. So, as you guys can see in the title, this is going to be the last because it is Sunday and everybody. I mean, E3 was dang near 5 days ago. It was actually ended 5 days ago. If you technically want to say Nintendo was the end or whatever you want to say about the Treehouse events, but the conferences ended 5 days ago, so everybody said their piece. But it's Sunday and we ain't said nothing, so this will be the last E3 recap. So, I mean, it's just like. This is what I got pulled up. I'm just going to tell you guys right now. This is what I have pulled up on the screen. I have Square Enix's recap, Nintendo's recap, nobody else's recap. Okay, that's probably how this podcast is going to go. Let's be honest. So let's just start with EA. Does anybody want to talk about EA, or do we just want to put that in the trash can?
Gameplay.
No,
They needed.
about EA.
All right. Well, I mean, so here's the deal. I streamed the entire EA play for 3 to 4 hours on that Saturday, and I'll have to tell you guys, if it wasn't for the fact that my wife wanted to see the Sim stuff, it would have been shut off at Battlefield 5. Like, it would have been turned off at Battlefield 5, but no, I had to sit through the whole thing because besides Star Wars and besides Apex, I wasn't with it. Star Wars looked good. I feel like, they'll fix a little bit of some things, but like I that was probably the jewel for me. Then Apex, of course, seeing Watson, that was dope, and what they're gonna add to that. But other than that, I mean, Snoresville, it really was. Like, they showed a little bit of Madden, but I'm a Madden player, but they didn't show a whole lot of Madden. I know, Josh, I didn't love Madden. I didn't, because it was really boring. The presentation was boring. And they didn't really show like too much. They just kind of show, oh, we got new plays, and that's about it. But that's typical Madden. But what do you guys think about EA? Let's go with you, Zach. What did you think about EA?
They should have at least put up some sort of gameplay for the soccer. I mean, you can't just give people FIFA and not expect them to not have some gameplay to see instead of just seeing them out in the streets themselves.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Like, they showed, the whole FIFA, what do they call it? FIFA Zumba. I know it's not Zumba, but you know what I mean. Like the FIFA Street thing. They didn't show that. And they didn't even show FIFA gameplay. And then come to find out, let's talk about how EA just out here hating on the Switch. The FIFA version, the FIFA 20 on the Switch is just going to be a legacy version, which technically means it's going to be a roster update, and that's it. So you're paying $60 for a roster update for the Switch. You're not going to get the FIFA Street stuff. You're not going to get any of the new stuff. You're just getting a roster update on the Switch. I thought, like, EA really does not believe in the Switch right now. They don't. Mighty Ryan says, I'll pick up FIFA when it's $2.99, right? Jake, what did you think about what'd you think about EA Play?
FIFA?
EA
Let's
Play
talk about
in general.
FIFA. Well, the FIFA thing, it's not really a big deal. They didn't show gameplay because, spoiler alert, you chase a ball around for 90 minutes. Super exciting.
Well, 10 minutes, depending on how long you set your halves. Like, there's no 90.
It feels like
there's
90
no
minutes.
90-minute games in FIFA. Have you tried?
feels
Like,
like
I think the most you can put halves are is like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. I think. No 45-minute halves in FIFA.
I mean,
So
so
the Dun puts it.
I didn't finish EA. I didn't finish it. I've been getting my updates about Madden from a YouTuber because I didn't want to watch EA's
Eric Wayweather.
malarkey presentation.
He said malarkey presentation.
I mean,
Malarkey.
you know.
That's basically what it
Like the
was,
fake
though.
hype of like, let's go everybody, Star Wars. You want some Star Wars? You get some Star Wars. I was like, oh my god. What did I say? I'm like, this dude just did some cocaine in the back and come out here.
Yeah, I know you're
It was
I can't remember that dude's
ridiculous.
name.
I thought
but-
it was ridiculous.
But everybody in my chat was like, "Yo," like they're like, "Yo, this guy with the fake hype." Like, it was
Oh
pretty
my
funny.
god,
It was
that was annoying.
It was very annoying. It was very, very annoying. Chris, what did you think about EA Play? And then we'll get to Abaddon, and then we'll skate along.
Yeah, well, see, EA, they put their two big hitters at the front. Star Wars, Apex, the things that people were going to be hyped for, and then everything else is kind of like, okay, we got to sit here for another hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to see all this. Games that we already know are going to be pretty much the same, with maybe a few mechanics changing the sports games. Nah, okay, Sims 4, cool, great, grand. But the thing about it is that the host there, Greg from Kind of Funny, he was hyped more than the people there. They're just like, okay, that's EA. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hey,
that's how it was for most of the people I saw streaming the game.
I mean, like, for real. No, here's the thing though. Don't forget, you said the big two at the beginning. Don't forget, Battlefield's supposed to be like one of their big franchises, and nobody's hyped for it. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of sad. And then don't forget the fact that they had Anthem out there for like 5 minutes, talking about nothing. Like, we wanted to hear about Anthem.
Basically, Anthem, he said they're going to fix it, but they didn't explain what they were going to do to fix it.
Right.
It's like, you can't just sit there and tell you're going to fix it when you have all these much to fix it, and you game still is considered trash. Nobody's playing it. It's worse than Fallout 76 to some people.
Ooh, wow. He said worse than Fallout 76. Abaddon, what do you think about EA Play?
Apex Legends was dope.
That's it?
Pretty much.
That's it? All right, we heard from Abaddon. Apex Legends is dope, and Star Wars, I know he's got something to say about Star Wars, but he's just not saying it.
No, Star Wars, I'm not going to say too much because we didn't really see much. We saw like a trailer with wonky controls of the gameplay, and I'm calling it what it is. For what we saw, the game doesn't look ready. And
hot take.
It was an alpha.
It looked like they were playing on easy mode.
He's right. He's right. Like what Jacob said, it's an alpha mode, so it's not a good representation of your gameplay. And because you're showing us that, and I'm sorry, we've seen enough. We've seen enough with Star Wars already, and not to mention this comes out the same day as Pokemon.
Yeah, that's kind of rest in peace for me anyway. I mean, at least in my community.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to get Pokemon first.
Sorry, it's like you got, maybe if you guys had a different release date, then I'll probably consider buying. But you're not getting my money in the month of November.
You know who's gonna buy that instead of Pokemon? People that don't have a Switch.
Oh, that's good for them.
That's about it.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Hey, I'm the only one here without a Switch.
Oh my God, why are you here?
Jacob's not wrong.
Playing that Star Wars, I'll be playing Pokemon.
So anyway, it's safe to say that
Be gone, peasant.
It's safe to say that EA Play was not very hype. It was very lackluster. So let's move on to the Sunday, which started out with Xbox. Let's be real about Xbox. I mean, let's be real. I'm not gonna say that the Xbox conference was smoke and mirrors, because it wasn't. They showed a lot of games. They showed 60 games, really, really fast, back to back. Phil Spencer maybe came out once or twice, and maybe had some people come out. I know they had a girl come talk about Game Pass for a little bit, and Game Pass Ultimate, which, by the way, I think is pretty big for them, for Game Pass Ultimate. The fact that it's coming to PC and Xbox, and it includes Xbox Live all in one package. I think that's pretty big. Phil talked about xCloud.
That was definitely a good deal on there.
Right. Phil talked about xCloud, and then he talked about the next console coming up. But we didn't get to see too much of any IPs that they're putting out. We got to see Psychonauts 2, some smaller games. We didn't see any big games. We got to see maybe what Ninja Theory was working on, which that game kind of looked... we'll have to see more about that game. But other than that, it was okay. It wasn't terrible. After you go back and watch it, after being hyped about Phantasy Star Online, like after I went back and watched it.
Yeah, did I say it?
Like after you go back and watch it, you're like, yo, okay. Phantasy Star Online might have been the most lit part that I was excited about, and maybe I was still just hung over about that.
That's a sport too.
But it was alright. It was alright. And so, like I said, once again, what did you guys think? Let's start with you, Abaddon. Like, what did you think?
Really, outside of PSO2, which you guys know I've been. By the way, for those of you interested, I will be streaming that after this. So if you guys like PSO2, I will be streaming that. But PSO2, and I even say Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and I'll be honest, I'll even say Cyberpunk. Outside of that, really, there wasn't really any hard hitters for Xbox. Gears, I felt like didn't deserve a spot on stage. The game's coming out really soon, and they didn't really show us any gameplay. Instead, they showed us the New Day under the stage like they're the freaking Brood. I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, are you gonna show Gangrel or something here?
Where's the chalice? Where's the chalice?
That like literally. That's why I'm like, nah. I really don't have anything to say about that. So honestly, it was an okay conference. That's why I say it was okay. I mean, I probably would have cared more if they weren't trying to like number flex. So about we have 60 new games.
14, and don't forget 14 Xbox Live Studio games were going to be showcased.
That was my biggest issue.
All right, Bad Lacy says Phil Spencer's doing a great thing for a console, bringing in all sorts of games it wouldn't normally get. But that console's the Switch, not the Xbox. Dang.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
We got Banjo and Smash.
Jordan Dropout in here. What's going on? Homie Mighty Ryan says a lot of stuff missing from Xbox. Fable, Perfect Dark, Banjo, and Killer Instinct. You know, if I had to be honest with y'all, and I know Xbox fans and people who are fans of Xbox say this every year, but I honestly feel like this. I feel like you're going to see everything that they have to offer next year with that launch of the console. Like, that's what I feel like they're trying to do. Like, stack everything for next year.
Killer year. And you know what? I'm gonna say something. I don't mean to cut you off, Nick, but that's why. You quit. Anyway,
I know where you're going with this, but go ahead. Go ahead. I know you're going with this, but go ahead.
Basically, that's why Sony's not there, because Sony knew we had nothing to show.
You know what? But I think Xbox thought they had stuff to show, and then now they're getting criticism. They're like, oh, you know, like even the Xbox fans are mad about this conference. Man. Like real talk, Xbox fans are mad about this conference. Like, I did not realize I did not know that the sky was falling until I got on Twitter, and everybody from the Xbox community that I know was all like, "Yo, this conference was not good. This conference was whack. We didn't get anything." Like, yo, I did not know that like they were not happy. Like, I did not know that. Like, that was the funny part. That was the crazy part. What you got, Chris?
Okay, this wasn't the best conference, but it wasn't the worst because there was 3 conferences that were way worse than this. So it was kind of like the one that was in the middle. But you could obviously tell that they were preparing for. I think the next 2 years with them. Next year, obviously, going to show off the console Scarlet and what they got coming for that, and then the year after that. Plus, within the next year or 2, you'll see what a bunch of the developers that they bought up were working on more. But they had an okay lineup. I mean, Battletoads, cool to see that back. It's a different art style than I expected it. You know, that Minecraft Dungeons, which is basically a Diablo version of Minecraft, looked all right, right? The one game that I thought was going to be an Outlast game was that Blair Witch game. And who was asking for a Blair Witch game?
Nobody.
It's like, no, you know, but the things that really got me hyped was obviously, even though it was CGI, Halo, one of my favorite things. You can see the poster back there, so I'm hyped for whatever comes out of that. Gears, they should have shown gameplay, but I really like 2 best things they showed was Borderlands 3 and the Outer Worlds, because those are coming out this year. They actually showed a little bit of gameplay for both of those, and it looked like those are going to be lit games. But as far as everything else,
Chris, once again, we're talking about multiplats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I'm with you on that, but they did show a lot of multiplats. They hardly showed any of their own games.
Yeah. But it's like that's what they get harped on ever since the Xbox One era. Show more games that are exclusive to your system, but Xbox is like, we want our games everywhere now.
Look, I will defend Xbox here. All right, what we have now in Xbox leadership is not what we had with the launch of Xbox One. Let me be real about that. Whoever was in charge of leadership during the Xbox One's launch, like, good thing they're not there no more, because they absolutely demolished and did not do the console justice. They came out talking about TV and entertainment, not games, and people were not hacked off about it. They like did not even care about exclusives. And so this whole generation has been Xbox has been doing nothing but, you know, dig them out of the hole and then prepare for the next generation. But you know, you still can't be like, yo, we got 60 games and 14 Xbox Live Studio games, and then like not explain which ones are which. And you know what I mean? Like, it was just very lackluster. Jake, what do you think, bro?
Oh, you know, I just felt like Microsoft is so funny. They remind me. It reminds me of like a WWE show. They got the pyrotechnics and like they talk a lot. It was like classic Microsoft, whereas they talk about stuff that they don't have yet.
Oh, let's be real though. Let's be real though. XCloud already sounds better than Stadia, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, that's gonna be good, but they're not gonna really talk about that till October.
That you're
But
right.
they hyped it up that like they were gonna talk about it, and they talked about a bunch of games that aren't coming out this year.
Fair
That's
enough.
a great reference that he had being like a WWE show. Because you think about it, WWE ratings are falling. You look at WWE show, they got a lot of talking, a lot of promos, but where's the match? Kind of like where's the exclusive for Xbox?
Because it's the same thing over and over again.
Let's not talk
That's why
about how
WWE's like.
Let's not
saying,
talk about WWE because Avalon's still mad about the atrocity that was Undertaker versus
I was
Goldberg.
referencing.
He's still
Yes,
mad about that
I'm very-
atrocity.
I'm
And you know
very-
what?
I'm very sorry.
And you know what? Here's the deal. I did not watch that match. All right, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch that pay-per-view. I was at work. But let me be real. When I saw the highlights of that Undertaker and Goldberg match, yo, when Goldberg tried to jackhammer the Undertaker, like
and landed him on his head.
Wrong
You see that
move.
tombstone?
And then the tombstone wasn't even a protected tombstone.
and then Goldberg tried to pick up the Undertaker and do the tombstone, and he fell back. Like,
dude, you know what? Gosh, and then Undertaker won. Did Undertaker win? He and then the crowd like claps and goes crazy. I'm like, dude, I think they're just happy one of them didn't have a heart attack.
They were just excited that, yeah, you said it. He's old, heart attack. He got a lie. Not another game collector. What's going on, homie? Let's see here. Bad Lazy says Xbox can keep bringing their games over to Nintendo. Nintendo always needs third-party partners. Well, I mean, here's one thing. I'll run this by you guys before we get to Zach real quick. Phil Spencer was caught in the interview saying this specifically whenever he was asked about the state of Xbox. And his quote was this: "We are one of the bigger third-party publishers in the gaming industry." I just find that quote interesting. Thought they talked about this on his channel. So like, yo, looks like they're just heading in that direction more and more and more. I mean, he's right. They can keep bringing their games wherever they want to. But that quote was interesting to me when he was in an interview earlier this week. Zach, what'd you think about Xbox?
Like Jake said, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad either. I mean, some good things that came out. Game Pass Ultimate. That's the one best thing they could have done for this because now they're expanding their gaming and everything out more towards like PC and making sure to bring back some old titles that a lot of people used to play
single-handedly
back in,
with Game
60s.
Pass, they single-handedly like just kind of built their base bigger with PC immediately. Like,
let's be real. The best thing about that about Microsoft's announcement was the controller.
Oh yeah, oh my
no,
god.
Abaddon, no,
That
it's
controller.
Fantasy Store Online, Abaddon. It's Fantasy Store Online, not the Elite Controller 2.0.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I won't be purchasing because I don't have that kind of money to spend on a controller. And two,
How much is it?
I got kids, bro, and they will
How
tell
much
me.
is it?
It's good. Dude, the Xbox Elite One was $150. Now, imagine
I'm
what
good.
the 2 is. Yeah, exactly. Like, yo, chill.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Nope. So anyway, Xbox, okay, it was probably number 3 in line of all the conferences, which isn't saying much because
Definitely.
E3, because honestly, was kind of this
Man.
year. But we're gonna move on to the next conference, which was the Bethesda conference. Now, all I have to say is this, and I really wish that Brian's philosophy was in the crowd because he would literally just type in applause, because that's all that conference was. Like, yo, everybody that was in attendance was either like a family of somebody that worked at Bethesda, or an investor, or a super duper fanboy. So everything they said, everybody was cheering to the point that it almost sounded fake. But me and G5 were
They got
talking.
paid.
Me and G5 were talking. We were like, "Yo, dude, those are fanboys. Those are fanboys." So like, other than that, Bethesda didn't really do too much. They showed us Fallout 76 in the updates. Battle Royale coming to Fallout 76. So there you go. They showed us their cloud service. I can't remember what the name of the cloud service was. But there you go, their cloud service. And then they showed us Doom Eternal at the end, and then that was it. Oh, they showed us 2 new IPs that I've already forgot the names of. And those are just CGI trailers.
Yeah, Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo.
Thank you. Ghostwire Tokyo was the one that actually looked interesting. That was a good concept. Deathloop was another interesting concept. Plus, it had 2 minority lead characters, but that was the best part about that one. But yeah, Mike Ryan said Rage DLC. That's the only thing that I care about. Exactly. So, like, it was not good. It was not a good conference, but you know, whatever. Blades is coming to Switch. There you go. Yippee. So is Wolfenstein Youngblood, but we already knew that. So, I mean, but Jake, you're a decent Bethesda fan, right? Like, I know you.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it.
There you go. With
Wake me up, dude. Wake me up in 2021 when they're ready to show
Starfield?
Elder Scrolls 6.
Starfield. No, the answer was Starfield.
Nah, dude.
And Elder Scrolls 6, but Starfield, dude. Starfield.
So, like, Fallout 76, I got it for free on Xbox and never loaded it up. I mean, I don't like mobile games unless it's the Game Boy games like Zach was talking about. I just don't care, dude. They broke my heart. They broke my heart.
With what? What did they break your heart with?
Fallout 76, dude.
Oh man, like,
broke the Dun.
so that was the straw that broke the camel's back. You're not gonna play ESO. You're not gonna play Elder Scrolls. Like,
No, probably not.
oh, there you go, Zach. Zach, what did you think about the Bethesda conference?
Aside
You there, bro? Zach,
Zach, are you there?
I'm sorry, adding that in there.
sorry. What do you think? What do you think about Bethesda, bro?
Yeah, should be.
He's lagging behind a little bit.
Like I said, those two concepts are good, but that 76 they didn't need to mention. They should have just left that out.
Yes.
Adrian said he got to play the new Wolfenstein game and it's pretty good. Looks like crap on the Switch.
Well, there you go. There you
Panic
go.
Button didn't port it.
Well, you know, it is what it is. Chris Levi, what did you think?
Yeah, unlike Jake, and I actually played Fallout 76, and that game should already be
Compares to me?
free to play and stuff like that, and then they can update it over time. Because that game is not the experience of Fallout that I thought. You know, I played Fallout 4 and New Vegas and 3. Those were phenomenal games. But this one, I understand you come out there on stage, and then, unlike EA, you actually admit that, hey, we had a bad launch, we went to something we didn't know, but at least you're trying to fix it. I understand that. But it wasn't good. But as far as I'm ready for Fallout 5, I'm ready for the next Elder Scrolls kind of person. But as far as everything else was, it really wasn't the greatest thing because it was a lot of stuff like, man, CGI trailers, that's what most of the people did this year, other than Nintendo, with more CGI trailers. Not a lot of gameplay, which is kind of just like, come on, you want us to be into the game, but you're not giving us the gameplay to see that game that we want to play. CGI trailer, cool. It's the game you want to play. Wolfenstein looks good. The last Wolfenstein 2 was a phenomenal game, so I'm cool on that. That mobile stuff, Commander Keen or whatever they call it, not my thing, because I feel like they should do like they do with the PC gaming show. Do something just for mobile. If anybody from E3 hears me, that's what you should do, because it makes people more happy, because they can actually watch that on a day and say, hey, there's more mobile stuff, because you're putting it in with all these other big titles and it's giving them less time to actually be shown. But as far as Bethesda, I don't really have much else to say.
Bet, Abaddon. What you got?
Like Jake, I didn't watch it. No, I'm not playing. I'm playing. No, I saw bits of it. I saw Doom Eternal, and I wasn't really impressed. Like, outside of Doom Eternal was like the only good thing about the conference. Everything else, but then again, most of the games aren't really my types of games I play. I don't really play the Skyrim games. I don't play Doom, so I'm not really into the Bethesda games.
You don't play Fallout?
Nope.
Yeah, like I I'm not a huge Bethesda person either. Like, wasn't like a huge fan of Skyrim. You know what I mean? Like, I played Skyrim, but I wasn't like huge about like everybody else was. Like everybody like plays Skyrim or obsessed about Skyrim, but I was not that guy. Haven't really been into any of the Elder Scrolls games. There's only one game from Bethesda that I want to see, and that's Starfield, and that's only because they have already said it's like Elder Scrolls meets Mass Effect, and if you can give me that, I will play that. But other than that, that's the only thing I'm looking forward from them. Anything else is just like, okay, cool. Like I played a few Bethesda games, but none of them been cool. You know, my first Bethesda experience, and you're gonna say this is blasphemy, Jake. My first Bethesda experience was playing Brink. Do you remember that piece of crap?
Yeah.
Did you just? Oh.
Like that was my first ever
That was
Bethesda
yikes.
experience, and yeah, I wasn't good.
Well, you know what's funny, Nick? Because my favorite Fallout, Bethesda didn't even make.
New Vegas, right? And that was the people who made the Outer Worlds, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing about it is that they're like they left Bethesda and they're going to make Outer Worlds, which looks like a better Fallout than Fallout itself.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. So, I mean, Bethesda, we can all just say it was okay. It was just it wasn't like anything great, but it was worse than Xbox.
It's bottom tier. It's bottom tier.
So you're telling me that it is the I'm trying to think of a Smash character that's bottom tier, but because I only play good characters. I didn't even say Kirby, but I didn't want to say Kirby.
No, and if she gets bottom tier, it was Little Mac.
Oh, I got distracted.
It was the Little Mac. Yes, you know what? That's a great. You know what? All punch with all their titles that they think are dope, but at the end of the day, they can't recover.
Exactly.
There you go. Fair enough. So let's move on to Chris Levi's favorite conference of. Let's start with Chris Levi's favorite conference of E3, and that would be Ubisoft. Now, we're gonna talk about Ubisoft, and we're gonna talk about them not because
Ubisoft gets an automatic F, but go on.
Not because of what they had to show, because what they had to show was not very good. I mean, heads up to you guys out there if you want to know, like the biggest news that came out of Ubisoft from the game community was Just Dance 20 is coming to the Wii. Like that was the
biggest news. The biggest news was Just Dance banning Shadow Strike and content.
Time out. We was gonna get to that. Okay. then their big new IP reveal was like, what was it called? Gods and Monsters or whatever. And it was like, it looked cool. It was this cool CGI. It looked like it was going to be this awesome thing. And then it just cut off at the end. And then they cut to a Ghost Recon or Siege tournament with freaking T-Pain and Lil Yachty. Like, who wanted to see that?
T-Pain has the voice of an angel.
So no. So this is what we're going to do. We're not even going to talk about Bethesda, all right? Not Bethesda. We're not even going to talk about Ubisoft. We're not even going to talk about what they had to offer. None of that. What we're going to talk about is the fact that look at me. I'm the captain now. Look at me. Nintendo Direct.
I'll go be right
Ubisoft. I will no longer be supporting you guys. End of story. And you know what? That means my wife's going to be like, I want Just Dance. We're not getting Just Dance.
Oh,
I'm making a stand right here. Okay.
Oh my God.
I am not supporting Ubisoft. All right. Here's the deal.
I'll buy it for you, Courtney.
Thank you, Jake. YouTube can talk about how it's not our fault, and Ubisoft can say it's YouTube's fault. But let's be real about it. We streamed a ton of conferences this past E3, a ton of them. We streamed a ton of them, and you know what? In most of my streams, I got a copyright claim. I streamed every conference, literally every conference this E3.
I got a copyright claim for Square.
Yeah, I got a copyright claim for Square. I got a copyright claim for Xbox. I got a copyright claim for EA. None of which got me a live stream ban. Okay? So if those companies can do it, especially EA, which by the way is the devil, if they can do it, y'all can do it. I'm just saying. And so there are a lot of YouTubers out here that got screwed. A lot of smaller YouTubers that got screwed out of their live streaming. One of which is my buddy Saltiest Gaming, who makes a decent, income from his live streams and his podcast. Can't do that anymore. You know what I mean? Can't do that anymore. You know, for 90 days. YouTube told him, sorry about you, don't know what to do with you. Meanwhile, they replied to, and I'm not hating on the bigger YouTubers. I'm not, but it just goes to show that where the money is. Like, they don't care about the smaller YouTuber. They only care about the bigger one. Like, some of the bigger YouTubers got their stuff back relatively quick. So, Chris Levi, you're the only one you are the only one in this panel who had their live streaming privileges revoked for 90 days. So I'm gonna let you vent for a little bit and take the floor on this topic. Go ahead, my guy.
How do I feel about Ubisoft? Here's how I feel.
No cursing, please. Uh-oh, what's he doing? What is he doing? What is this?
Oh God. I don't know if you should have said that, Nick.
Like try to keep it PG-13. You get one.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it PG. I'll keep it PG.
You get one.
but you said I just walked off. I'm never gonna stream anything unless somebody is a Patreon or there's somebody wants me to play multiplayer in one of their games with them. As far as solo games or anything that they do, for at least the next year or two, I'm not streaming anything Ubisoft. If I got the game, yeah, I may play it offline, but I'm not going to buy any of their new stuff. I wanted Division 2. I wanted some of their IPs that are coming out, but nope, because they sit there and do this, and you go to contact YouTube. You have multiple people contact YouTube, and then YouTube says, it's Ubisoft's fault. But then again, YouTube, why are you giving Ubisoft this power to block people from live streaming and doing stuff on your platform that you and Google own? If you're doing that, then you got to think, whoa. Stop Ubisoft from doing that, because there is bunch of channels, all these big channels like that streamed it, and no, they didn't get their stuff done. Now some of them did, and they got it back because they have MCNs. But if you don't have an MCN, what are you doing? Like me and Salty sitting there talking every day. You got it back yet? No. What are me and him doing? We're moving over to Mixer, which means Ubisoft is losing money from people wanting to get their games. Number one, and number two, YouTube is like, oh, we want to have all this stuff for gamers to stream and all this over here, but yet you're the quickest to flag somebody, the quickest to strike somebody. When Twitch or Mixer, all they'll really do is sit there and say, oh, well, we'll just silence that part of the stream that has the copyright part in it, and we won't take your video down. So if you want to download it and re-edit it and put it up on YouTube or do something with it, you can do that. But we're not going to sit there and flag it. We're just going to make sure that, hey, that part's quiet. But yet YouTube will flag into this, and then you try to contact them, and they give you just generic stuff. And then like, oh, let's make it not look generic by putting somebody's name that's not even somebody that's here down in there. Like, oh, like somebody actually read this. No, nobody read it. You just going through it, type, just bam, hitting this button, and it's just automated bot and all this stuff. And it's just like, come on, you did it last year, and I know this year I should have watched out for it. I take my fault for not watching myself. But then you got to think about it. They knew at the get-go this happened last year, so they could have been like, okay, we know people are going to stream this, so let's not flag anybody that's streaming it unless they're doing something outrageous during E3, because this makes us get views. This is people in there to watch these creators, these people on this platform. Yet they want to do this, and it's like, Ubisoft, YouTube, both of y'all are at blame fully for this, and it just makes y'all lose money at the end of the day, which makes your pockets, because it's not hurting me because I don't make money from any of this right now. If I did, I'd be awesome. But you see people, you got one of my favorite content creators, Player Essence. He just said, I'll still upload videos to YouTube, but everything else, I'm going to Twitch. So they lost somebody that wasn't huge, but it's pretty big in the community and has pretty good clout, and he knows a bunch of big people. And that's saying something when somebody goes that far and say, I'm live streaming over here and not here anymore. So that's pretty much what I got to say.
All right, well, you heard it there. He said his piece. Like, I'm telling you right now, I'm honestly making that stand. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not rocking with Ubisoft. Like, it happened to me. Look, I'm gonna be real, because it didn't happen to me this year because I learned the hard way last year. Same thing happened to me last year. I streamed Ubisoft conference and then got a ban. Luckily for me, I got my live streaming back like an hour before the Nintendo Direct. So I actually got to stream the Nintendo Direct last year. So I figured, okay, everybody's gonna get their stuff back. People still don't got their stuff back. That's the crazy part. Like, and so if like from my experience last year, and that's why I'm so heavy about this. From my experience last year, I got mine back within a day after getting the ban. So if you can do it for me, and last year I only had 600, 700 subs at that time last year. Like, if you can do that for me last year, and you guys know that you messed up last year, you can do the exact same thing this year. but they didn't. So I'm just like, I'm not supporting Ubisoft. Jake, you there, bro?
Yeah.
I think you're breathing into the mic heavy.
Yeah.
Am I? I'm playing Smash Brothers.
Okay, that's why.
Oh, my.
He's going all in. So I think you're breathing into the mic heavy.
He's in sweaty mode.
He's in sweaty mode. All right. So
Sorry, guys.
anyway,
I'll move the mic away from my. Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
so anyway, that's all we're gonna say about Ubisoft. I didn't want to talk about it. Their conference was awful. Their conference might have been the worst, honestly.
It is the worst.
It might.
It was the worst.
It is the worst.
It was the worst. They're trash.
They bottom tier trash.
Well, there you go.
love
Ubisoft was
Ubisoft.
bottom tier trash. All right, so let's move on to the next.
Oh,
tier.
I can't speak on Ubisoft.
Oh, you go ahead, my
Let's
guy.
let-
Go ahead,
oh,
my
let's
guy.
have it
Go ahead, my guy. I'm gonna
Yeah,
hear.
they didn't
Go
let me
ahead.
talk
Go ahead.
either.
I'll let y'all speak. Go ahead. Go ahead. Forgive me. Forgive me. Go ahead.
Because Ubisoft, honestly, outside of Watch Dogs Legion, which has the possibility of not working correctly, because it's Watch Dogs, they showed a TV. They advertised a TV show. I just want to put that out there. They advertised a freaking TV show. So from all this, you ban people, and like kind of what Chris Levi touched on. It's not fair that people get shadow strike, because it's not like you get a strike against your channel, but it's a shadow strike and YouTube's not doing nothing about it. And to kind of akin to what we talked about earlier, Nick, it's like they're not YouTube. Like ever since they got rid of YouTube gaming, it's like they have no. It's like they have no desire to actually fix this. And that's the problem. It's like YouTube creators are without because of what YouTube is doing. So honestly, I don't blame you, Chris, for wanting to make that change. I really don't blame you. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I will say this much. I said this on Twitter, and I kind of got a little, pushback on it a little bit, but I stand by what I said, and it seems like ever since they made the conscious decision to get rid of YouTube gaming and put it all together, it seems like they just everything's now one thing. We're not going to give you any preferential treatment as YouTube gaming, and that stinks, because I'm telling you right now, I could stream any game in YouTube gaming and hardly get a copyright claim. Like Abaddon said on Twitter, he streamed. I don't mean to speak for you, but he streamed Monster Hunter.
Right.
He streamed Monster Hunter World and got a claim on it. You know what I mean? That would have never happened about a year ago. That would have never happened 3 months ago. Heck,
I streamed Monster Hunter World, never got a
now all of a sudden, we're getting claims for games that we've been used to playing.
And not only that, can we talk about claims for a second? I also want to talk about the fact that there is no process, there is no full legal process that you can do to claim somebody's videos. So truthfully, you could claim anyone's videos without proof of it being yours.
That's true. And then they go ahead and hit it up, and then they claim it, and then you got to fight back. By that time, you put out your video, or you put out, it's already done and gone with.
Here's the problem with that. Someone is taking your money without any legal proof of that. That's a problem. That is a big problem with YouTube gaming right now.
Like,
And
honestly.
even when you do get your rights back to like, oh yeah, okay, it was a false claim on your video, that you get none of that money you lost. And what happens? You lose that money and those views because people have already seen that video, and it's like, oh, okay.
Honestly, I'm trying to answer my homie Adrian's question here. Rotate panel. All right. So anyway, yes, I'll answer your question. So not another game collector. Like I said, just let me know if you want on, and then we can just rotate, through the panel and whatnot. And also this goes out to anybody who's out there if you want to. And this isn't just to me. This is also extended to Abaddon as well. If you want to be on the podcast, you are a Patreon of either me, Abaddon, or anybody in the Chillcast. Let us know. And we'll talk about it and whatnot. But either way, so George Drawback says the copyright system is so trash. I've only been monetized for a short while, but it's already a pain for real. I'm not monetized yet, but I mean, just from experiences and from Rob says puts an application, and like because like me not being monetized, but I watch my videos and I watch what gets claimed. I'm like, okay, that's not gonna fly whenever I do have monetization. That's not gonna fly when I have you know what I mean? Like, I've been peeping game beforehand. Like, I've been prepping for this, but it's a pain whenever I'm like, yo, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I understand that, but regardless, Ubisoft is dookie. Jake, do you want anything to add to that, or did you add something to it in the Donald voice, perhaps?
Hold on.
All right, he's playing Yoshi, so
Hold on.
Ubisoft is a great company. They do a lot of fantastic things. Everybody loves them. I know for one, everybody's a huge Assassin's Creed fan here. The gameplay superb, the story superb. But Ubisoft just needs to go home there, Nick. They're drunk. They need to go home.
Bobby.
So there you go. You heard it from the Donald there himself. So let's move on to what I believe are the saviors of the E3. There are two saviors. One which is a bigger savior, but we will get to that later. So let's talk about this one. Square Enix. Let me just bring up a rundown of everything that they announced. Let me just walk through their quote-unquote small announcements. They talked about War Visions for Final Fantasy Brave, which, by the way, that's a mobile game. Saga Scarlet Grace Ambitions, Romancing Saga 3, the Kingdom Hearts DLC Remind, Circuit Superstars Dragon Quest 11. They showed the Switch version of that. Dragon Quest Builders 2, The Last Remnant Remaster coming to the Switch was a big one. Octopath Traveler is now on Steam. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remaster coming to PlayStation 4, Switch, and mobile this winter. Final Fantasy 8 Remastered, which was a big one. Everybody wanted that. Final Fantasy 8 Remastered coming to all platforms later this year. They showed Outriders, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, which is the big one, and the Avengers. So the Square Enix conference had a lot in there. I mean, it was a good amount in there. But there were actually, quote unquote, two big ones, one in the beginning, one in the end. Let's just start with the one in the end, because I know we're going to talk about Final Fantasy for a while. Yeah. Let's talk about the one at the end. Marvel Avengers. Apparently, this is going to be some sort of online sort of game. You play with your friends, whatever. You take a role. You pick a role of one of the Avengers. But I mean, it looks. This game didn't look as impressive as I thought it would be. I thought it was going to look very impressive, huge. Crystal Dynamics was doing it. I enjoyed their work with Tomb Raider. Like, I thought this game would be huge and look decent, but I think they were just trying to build up on the Avengers hype with the movie.
I know they were.
And thank you. And the execution. Here's the deal. I'm not saying what they're doing is bad, but I think the timing is kind of off here, just because like we just got done with the Endgame. The characters, like we hold, like people that are fans of the MCU, like hold those characters near and dear to their hearts. So I think what it is people are so used to that, and then when they see this, they're not ready for it. You know what I mean? What did you guys think about the Avengers? Like somebody just go ahead and take it, because I don't know how I'm still don't know how I feel.
It was weird. It was so weird.
I felt like it was a rush thing. I felt like it wasn't ready for real consumption for the consumers yet.
I feel like there could have been more to it, because like what they showed was all right, but you could tell that like it was a little clunky here or there, and like everybody, like you were saying, like everybody's so near and dear to the MCU, and that's what we expected out of the game. Hey, we get to play this, and then when you look at it, oh, Tony Stark, oh, Captain America, oh, they don't look like the ones we see in the movies, and people are like thrown off by it. But then you got to think about it, that they're not putting that much money to get that they put a lot of money into this, but it's not that. And then when they add in this online component, okay, you get to play as these different characters. Like if you're playing by yourself, you get to switch between the characters, or you have to sit there going online, being a team with your friends or with online people as an individual character. They never really expressed that. It was just like, oh, here's this trailer and all this, and with it being coming out next year in about a year, basically, because it said May is when it's coming out. I still have a lot that they need to show to do better for that game, because I will be wanting to get the game because it's Avengers. I love the Avengers, but it's like you got to sell me more on it and not be so clunky for me to be like, hey, I'm going to buy this day one. Because if not, then I'll wait, hey, till the game's on sale. Yeah, Square Enix. I said I'd wait till the game's on sale and buy it later down the road. Once it's on sale, and I know, hey, I can get it. A couple of my friends can get it. And now we can go into it months later. But that's just how I feel.
All right. George Drummer says, am I the only one that thinks the game looks good other than the weird character models? Bad Lazy says, Black Widow and Square's Avenger looks like Phil Spencer in a wig. Jordan Dropout.
We should be so lucky.
Jordan Dropout says, I'm willing to bet they look good by release, though. Maybe. Not another game player says, one thing that was super lame is there wasn't a playable demo at E3.
Because it wasn't available to play yet. That's the problem.
I heard of them.
Yeah.
What they had was like somebody was playing the demo and you go up and see them playing it, but you couldn't actually yourself play it.
Man, there's leaked gameplay on YouTube, but it's potato quality. What did you think, Zach? What did you think about the Avengers, my guy?
I mean, yeah, the looks are definitely weren't expected, but you could also make the case that they were probably going with like some different kind of look because they didn't want to have people too saturated with just the MCU faces. Because don't forget, you also got like the comics and that as well.
True.
Yeah.
So that's what they're probably thinking on. And with the online thing, if they work it right, they could have so much potential to make some sort of system that will work out for them. But like Chris Levi said, what about their single player though? It's like they really didn't say anything about it during the conference. And
I think it's all integrated though. I think it's all integrated. I think it's like going to be sort of like how you would do a MMO in a sense, like the story you can play with anybody or you can play by yourself. I think that's what they're doing with it. It's weird. They didn't exactly explain it. You know what I mean? Other than it's going to be online. It's just, that's what I'm saying. It's just odd to me. Like,
Don't worry about it, Nick. It's gonna be great. You know, a lot of people are worried about this and worried about that, but trust me,
Fake news.
it's gonna be great.
it's going to be fake news.
Have you ever been Tony Stark before in a game? I don't think so. There's never been one before. Don't even worry about it.
So says the Don.
So says the Don. Abaddon, I mean, you done already said like it wasn't ready to be played. What do you think about it?
Honestly, for real, like I'm really no. I'm gonna call it out. I'm not gonna give them no brownie points, nothing, because they're gonna take to Twitter. They're gonna give all this hype. Yo, be there to look at this game, and you build all this hype for a lackluster reveal. Nah, fam.
Well, that's not what Adrian said in the chat.
You say?
Look what he said in the chat. Some people waited in line for 2 hours plus, then found out it was just someone playing the game. It wasn't a demo. It was someone playing the game.
And that's what I'm getting at. It's like they showing off all this stuff, and it's like at the end of the day, it wasn't like, was it worth it? Was it worth even announcing this game as some big hype? It would have been better if they did a surprise announcement and they showed that and say, this is where we are so far, and there's more to come. And then definitely having a disclosure does not reflect actual in-game footage. You know, if you had that and give us an idea of what you're working on, then maybe people's expectations would have been lower. But y'all been talking about this game for years, because this is the first time we heard about the game. We heard about the game for a while now, and then now all of a sudden it's like, all right, guys, it's finally here. And it's like, this is what we've been waiting for? Nah, fam, this ain't it.
I got one more thing to say is that they were promoted on like, leading up to this E3. Like, it's going to be our biggest thing next to
exactly.
But it wasn't the biggest thing.
Final Fantasy VII, and I'm like, you're putting it next to that game? No, not the remake.
Well, Chris, technically they didn't put it next to it because they put Final Fantasy VII first.
Well, I'm just saying the way that they promoted it on Twitter.
True. Speaking of which, because I mean, let's just move on because the Avengers, we all agree was just like.
But we could talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake.
We're getting into that. We're getting into that. So, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Let me just say the one thing I want to say, because I put it in my thumbnail. Tifa's model looks amazing.
Look better.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna get that out the way. For all y'all who thought it was gonna be this crazy model, she's gonna be half naked. No, They did her justice. Like,
oh, you talk about the nerds.
Yeah, man. People was like, "Yo, Tiff is gonna be half naked." I was like, "Bro, like she wasn't half naked in the game. All she did was wear a tank top and some shorts, and she had some gloves on because she was duking." And all they did this time was give her compression shorts and a skirt, and she still looked dope. Like, Tifa looked dope. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna get that out of the way. Like, I'm absolutely in love with that model. That model's ridiculous. But the game. The game.
They did it justice.
The game.
Man.
I will say this. Abaddon's going to break this down better than me. But what I saw, the roles, the way everything comes together, the gameplay. My main concern was the battle system. It was not the fact that you're going to be able to walk through Midgar like all over, you know what I mean? I was not concerned with that. I had faith that they were going to get the actual world of Final Fantasy VII correct. I felt like they were going to do that. We've seen Final Fantasy 15, we've seen 13, we've seen them actually make big scale cities and they look good and decent, right? Like, I had no concern with that at all whatsoever. My thing was the battle system. And the battle system looked good. It looks like they took everything that was bad about Final Fantasy 15, threw that in the dumpster. They took everything that was good about Kingdom Hearts and sort of implemented some of that stuff in there on top of the roles. Like, it looked good. It looked good. It looked great. And so that was my main concern. We got to see it. It looked good. I'm absolutely happy with it. This is a day one buy for me in 2020. So, Abaddon, I'm going to let you go first because you can break this down more so than I can, the whole battle system and what it looked like. And you were talking about the roles more so in the Chillcast, so I'm gonna let you break this one down.
One thing I want to say, and I said it in the Chillcast, it's crazy that March 3rd is going to be an iconic day for video games. That's what I'm going to say. March 3rd is now going to be an iconic day because first you had Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now you have this game. That I want to get that out the way. Secondly, the battle system is something that we did not expect. We did not see this coming. A lot of us, we just assumed it was only going to be like Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts style. Like, we only thought it was going to be action RPG based. But I like the fact that they paid homage to the people who are original fans of the turn-based RPG and gave them something to look forward to. And basically even made the game preferable to them. It's like if you listen to the gameplay, they said you cannot just hack and slash in this game, and that in itself made me happy because in Kingdom Hearts 2 you can hack and slash. Kingdom Hearts 3 you can hack and slash. Like, there's a lot of brain dead type of gameplay, but in this game you really got to think out your moves, and I like that. And when you saw the boss battle against the guard Scorpion, which I'm just impressed they made that into an epic fight. You really got to think through that because honestly, without that demo, you would really have to find a way to find his weak spot. Like wait, he's guarded now? Like, for those of you who didn't play the original, the guard Scorpion did not have a section where he had armor around him. So the fact that they're not only redoing the boss fights, the fact that they're not only even redoing some of the dialogue, this is full definition of a remake, and that's why I messed with this so much. It's a remake by full definition. For real. In every way, shape, or form, this is a full remake of a game that, honestly, I can understand why it's been taking so long. I can even understand why it's episodic. If you really understand, I said this with the Chillcast, if you understand how big Midgar is, Midgar would take you, depending on your playstyle and depending on what type of gamer you was, it would take you roughly about 5 hours to beat. And if you upscale that world 8 to 10 times more, you got a full game on your hands. So for those of you that don't know, Midgar is a full game now, and I'm all for it. And then this game is coming with 2 Blu-ray discs, meaning you are going to get the overworld on top of this. You are going to get a good portion of the game after Midgar after that. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen next.
I mean, real talk. I just want to see like what I'm looking forward to seeing. Honestly, this is like not. I know this is not what everybody wants to see, but I want to get to the part where Rufus is taking over Shinra and then they're having that parade. I want to see because that's one of my favorite parts of the entire game is that whole parade.
The soldier.
Yes, I want to see how that works. Like, you have no clue. That's one of the biggest.
I want to see. That's one of the scenes I want to see too, because not only the soldier dress up, but it's like that's the first Genova boss battle too.
Right. Chip says, how many gigs do y'all think this is gonna be? I don't know. Probably 90, 100. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think it's gonna be that big with that much content and all the discs. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty big.
It's gonna be an extremely big game.
It's gonna be a pretty big size game. If it's not that big, then I may have a little bit of concern. Oh man, so Zach, you just said 1 terabyte. so what do you think? So you said 1 terabyte.
Nah, just
1
I just said
terabyte.
that for a joke. I'm like, could just over exaggerate a bit.
So what'd you think about the remake, bro? What'd you think about it?
They definitely did it justice. They, as far as remakes I've seen go, that legit, like Avedon said, is the definition of a remake. Like from the world scaling to the actual boss fights in that, they definitely did the game justice.
Sure. Jake.
Yes, Nick. How are you doing?
Thoughts on the Final Fantasy VII remake after getting your, fighting Nicholas?
Well, Nick, it looks pretty tasty. Yeah.
Will you be getting it?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, all right.
In fact, I'm probably going to. I haven't played Final Fantasy VII, so I'll probably buy it on the Switch and beat it, and then play it again in March.
Yo,
March is not that far away.
you're gonna play the original Final Fantasy, and then you're gonna come back and play it. That's what you're gonna do.
I mean, it wouldn't be a waste of time for him doing it.
It wouldn't be a waste of time, and I honestly thought about doing that, but I kind of want to come into it fresh.
Well, here's the thing. I recommend everyone, if they haven't played Final Fantasy VII, to play the original
So you can
before the remake. Yeah, so you can appreciate the creativity and everything like that took to take a game that's as old and I don't want to say dated, but
No, it's dated. It's a dated game. You can go
it's
out and say
dated.
it.
Block figures and turn it into something that will rival any other game in terms of graphics on the current systems.
G5 Ags does take long to beat. It depends on your playstyle, honestly.
Your player 2's playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time. It was good. He needs to beat that game. I will agree with that. Dope on him for doing that. I know he's
You know
looking
what?
forward to this game.
You know what? He's better than Super Andrew.
Uh oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Uh-oh.
Super Andrew still didn't finish Zelda 64. Ocarina of Time. I didn't play those games.
Dude.
Chris Levi, what do you got for Final Fantasy VII? And then we'll move on to the best
You got to
topic.
think about this remake of Final Fantasy VII. It is the definition of a true remake. From the character models to the world model to the play style of taking what you did to this, where it's a mix of what you see in Kingdom Hearts, but it also harks back to what the original people knew of Final Fantasy VII was that turn-based. But it's a little mix up because when you saw them showing it off, they were running in there hacking and slashing first, but then they had to stop, and it kind of went slow there for a second. They said you can sit there and go down, select on what you wanted to do, and bam. And then they said it was seamless, like switch from Barret to Cloud. They said it was seamless in battles. You could switch between characters, and that's really, really cool because the way they did it in the trailer and the footage was like, wow, they're playing as Barret. He's going in there, boom, 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 and then you switch to Cloud, and he's got the big old butcher sword and doing that. It's like, whoo. And then Sephiroth, they all look so beautiful. I mean, this game is probably going to take the PS4 and the current gen consoles to the limit as showing, hey, this is what these systems can do. And it's going to be awesome. Now.
Go ahead.
What?
I was going to say, just imagine how great the game looks on the PlayStation and the PlayStation Pro. And they're going to put this on the PS5, and you know it's going to look even better on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, because it's most games next year they're obviously gonna say, hey, we're gonna make it here, but we're gonna also have it on your next gen console just so you can still be able to play it there.
Like it's gonna happen.
And it's just like yeah, there's a lot of great remakes like this upcoming Zelda remake in a different style is cool. These other remakes are cool, but they're not on the level of what they're doing with Final Fantasy VII. And people don't get that Final Fantasy VII is one of the biggest Final Fantasy games there is because.
It has its own franchise.
It's like its own franchise because there's so many people that say, oh, they only play Final Fantasy VII. I've met people that the only one they played is that one because they love it so much they care less about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever one you want to talk about. Care less about those. They're more Final Fantasy VII because of how great the game was. So to see them doing this to please the new people and get them in, but also the people that played the original, it's really, really good. And Square, you're doing a good job. So hopefully the game continues to go like this, maybe however, it's going to be a huge game if they got it on 2 for the first one is Midgard on one Blu-ray disc and the other part of the game on another Blu-ray disc, plus being episodic where it's going to be a couple releases. So hopefully it's going to be a day one purchase for me, and I know everybody's probably here, and even people in the chat, it's probably going to be a day one purchase. I would love to pay that $300 and get that big collector's edition, but nah, I'm not that much. If it was Kingdom Hearts, maybe, but nah. But that's another thing I got to mention real quick is that you see that when they got Kingdom Hearts done, how much the Square Enix said, okay, everybody go over here, push this game out quick as we can, but make sure it's good, just as good as Kingdom Hearts, if not better, because there's a lot more people into this game than they were Kingdom Hearts.
Salty's Gaming's in the chat. What's up, homie? He says, how does it feel to live stream? I've forgotten. We feel you, bro. Like, if there's one person in here who feels you, it is Chris Levi, and he already went on his rant, and I went on my rant. And I
rented for you guys too.
And I'm not supporting Ubisoft. Sorry, just not doing it. Not doing it. Straight up boycott. Hashtag stay salty. Everybody put the hashtag stay salty in support in solidarity for the homie Saltiest Gaming.
Salty. Hashtag stay salty. I'm only doing that 'cause I'm playing Smash right now, salty, so I can't.
Hashtag stay salty. Anyway, so Final Fantasy VII Remake is gonna be lit. We can all agree. So let's move on to what I feel was the best console, not console. Well, it might be the best console.
It was. It doesn't matter of feeling anymore.
It's just direct. And so let me just go through the list real quick. Nintendo. Okay, let me start here. Nintendo punches in the teeth this E3 with everything they put in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through this list because I actually had to get a list because I done forgot about like everything that I couldn't keep up. So start off with number 1, the Luminary. And other Dragon Quest characters are coming into Super Smash Brothers this summer.
Are they skins?
The other ones are skins, but I think that their skins have specific
Let's
abilities.
talk about that because I swear, well, they get different downbeats.
Yeah, they get different abilities. I think the different skins have different abilities.
Which
they look like echoes. Erdrick, I don't know, dude. They look like echoes to me, but I don't think they'd add 4 new characters.
Who knows?
Well, we'll know during the summer.
We'll know when we get there. So next on the list, Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age on S, Definitive Edition to Switch, Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, Cadence of Hyrule, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Empire of Sin, Astral Chain, Panzer Dragoon, Daemon X Machina, Resident Evil, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, The Witcher, which was huge, No More Heroes 3, Trials of Mana, plus Collection of Mana, Contra Rogue Corps, copyright strike, the Dark Crystal Age of Resistant Tactics, the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and those were just the small ones. And they showed us some more Game and Shield. They showed us some more Pokemon Sword and Shield, but those were just the small announcements, which I think were pretty big announcements. I mean, that's a lot in there. Not to mention, then of course Luigi's Mansion, Animal Crossing. Banjo-Kazooie to the Switch, to Smash Bros. And then, of course, the big kicker, Breath of the Wild. The sequel's now in development. So we're going to break this down. We're going to start with, I think, what we started talking about, which was Smash, the Dragon Quest characters, and Banjo. What were your guys' thoughts on both of those characters?
It's funny because when everyone was talking about Banjo being in Smash, I didn't care at all. Like, I played Banjo on the 64 when I was a kid and everything like that, but I never loved him. I never loved the games. But something about seeing him in the game was just cool. So I'll give it up to Rare and Microsoft and everything like that because it's cool. I mean, Smash is really becoming like something that will never be topped in terms of variety of characters.
It's becoming its own animal. Its own animal.
Yeah, seriously.
With all these characters in here and everyone's here. Like that's kind of the big quote now. Everyone's here and everyone seems to be coming to the game. Like it's crazy. Here's the deal. Me and Nicholas in the chat. Shout out to the homie Nicholas. We talked about this for months about we wanted Banjo so bad. Like me and him had conversations. I would sit like one time I typed in Banjo Kazooie Smash and a quote unquote leaked photo of a Banjo model and a Super Smash Brothers thumbnail popped up. I sent that to him and he was like, please. Like me and him have been going back and forth with how Banjo Kazooie need to be in Smash. And like we got him. And so now I'm like, and then on top of that, then they showed us the Luminary from Dragon Quest. And if y'all know me, I'm going running through that game right now. So now I'm like, who do I play? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who to play. Like, that's the crazy part. But, you know, shout out to Microsoft for letting that happen. Because if it wasn't for them, Banjo-Kazooie wouldn't have been in the game. So, shout out to Microsoft for letting it happen. Shout out to Microsoft and Phil Spencer and that company for doing what they're doing now. But, man, like, that was just crazy to me. I just thought that was that Banjo announcement was big and huge. Absolutely love it. What do you guys think about the Smash stuff?
It was really, really cool, that Smash stuff, because after seeing it, I was just looking up some more stuff so I could see actually like just the Banjo stuff, and I saw like a list of like some reactions to like the Dragon Quest and stuff. Like, man, the people in Japan, they were going nuts over the Dragon Quest stuff. You think we went nuts in America over it, you know? But in Japan, that Dragon Quest, I think that's one of the top selling Square IPs, right next to Final Fantasy in Japan, and they were going nuts for it. So it's kind of like they did fan service for the people in Japan, and they did fan service with Banjo for the people here in the West, and it's really, really cool, you know. And I like how they did Banjo. It's cool, you know, how they came in there and they did it with a bunch of Rare IPs in this reveal. You know, our IPs that Rare helped with when they were with Nintendo was King K. Rool in there, and Donkey Kong and all that. And it was really, really cool to see that they were actually happy whenever he showed up on screen. That was like, oh yeah, yes. I'm definitely going to be trying to work him and do some labbing with him when he comes out this fall. I'll try to see if I can work him and have him right next to Bowser as one of my mains. But we'll see. You know, and as far as Dragon Quest, I'm definitely going to be getting that game when it comes out. But him being in like those characters, whether they're skins and all that, it was a Luminary and Smash Bros. It's going to be cool to see how they can play with those characters compared to like the other characters that are in the game itself.
I will say this to everybody in the chat: if you don't have a PlayStation and you're like, I don't know if I should get Dragon Quest, and you're not a big RPG and you're an RPG fan, get the game. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm running through it on PlayStation, and there's a lot of content in that. They're putting even more content on the Switch version. Get the game. If you're an RPG fan, Dragon Quest is a must-have for you on a Nintendo Switch. Just letting you know. I will say that much about it. So anyway, Smash reveals were dope. Let's talk about Luigi's Mansion. What do you guys think about Luigi's Mansion?
I love how you skipping over some of us, dude.
Sorry. Keep moving. My bad. Go ahead. Who didn't speak on it? My bad.
It was Zach and Abaddon.
Get him, Abaddon. Go ahead. Let him. I'm glad.
Let me host, Nick. Nick, let me host. You're doing a great job, buddy.
This is why I have Abaddon on here, because he keeps me in check. So go ahead.
Nah. I'll just mess with you though. The Smash characters were definitely shockers. Like, Luminary looks broken. I'm just gonna call it.
Thank you. I'm glad you said it. I said it in my stream. I was like, "Yeah, it looks broken." I said that. I'm glad you said it. Thank you. Go ahead.
You're already mad about it.
I'm not mad about it.
I'm gonna main him broken. I'm just letting you all know right now. You thought Joker
he
was
doesn't
bad.
care.
Wait till I get it.
I'll dabble
on Luminary. It's over.
But the thing I want to talk about though is the Banjo, because the thing that I'm getting from this that I could get with is Microsoft is really allowing, like, putting their IPs on Nintendo like this, and I wonder, is this going to be a common thing? Are we going to see more of, Microsoft's intellectual properties on Nintendo? Because if that's the case, okay, almost lost. If that's the case, that's going to be good.
Dude, I played Ori for the first time.
I never played that game. How is it?
Dude, it's a lot of fun. The art style is great. It reminds me a lot of Hollow Knight, just in terms of like the exploration and kind of the difficulty is very similar. But it's a lot of fun. Like, I think it'd be perfect for the Switch. I can see why people won't stop talking about it.
Yeah, that's a really good game. It's smooth. It's beautiful. And yeah.
The art style is gorgeous. Yeah.
All right, zoned out. What game were we talking about?
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Dude, oh my gosh! If Ori came to the Switch, is it coming to Switch? Someone tell me.
Maybe.
I hope it does.
Mighty Ryan, that is something they should do.
That game.
I mean,
that game is solid. It really is. It's a solid game. I think it fit great on the Switch. Super Lucky's Tale.
That was also a good surprise.
Super Lucky's Tale, and quote unquote the new Super Lucky's Tale. So I don't know, what that meant, but they put that in. They put that in.
I like Microsoft and Nintendo's thing because it's like Microsoft's like, oh, we don't know if we should put it over here. No, but Nintendo's like, you can put it over here and we'll make sure that it works over here if y'all help us out. And they're like, no, we don't know. But then they're like, we'll make sure that these things and we'll do it justice. And like seeing Banjo over here and seeing new Super Lucky's Tale and even seeing Cuphead, maybe that, I'd love to see. I thought, hey, why don't they put Cuphead in Smash? That'd be cool. But I know that's probably not going to happen. But see this relationship is really awesome.
Cuphead and Smash would be lit. Here's one thing I will say. Well, I forgot what I was going to say.
Here's one thing I want to say, but I forgot it.
I forgot what I was going to say. So, anybody else have anything else to say?
Oh, Zach got anything to say?
Outside of that, the Smash characters are good. I would say I just want Chrono and Smash. That's all I want.
All right. So let's talk about these other IPs. I'll just go down the list. Astral Chain. What did you think about what they showed there?
Potential game of the year.
Ooh,
Fine.
potential game of the year. What?
Potential game of the year.
Abaddon's putting it up there?
Yep.
Dude, it has side quests and like an open world town. Like, dude, forget about it. That game is gonna be so good.
When they're around the motorcycle or whatever.
That's
the combat's
potential.
fluid.
Sleep on it now. I'm saying potential game of the year.
Sleeping on it. I'm not sleeping on it. But you said game of the year.
This hasn't been a great year.
I said potential game of the year.
I know, but that's still up there.
I'm not showing Bayonetta 3. They're focused on this game, and that game looks amazing.
It's gonna be so good. Can't wait for it.
Maybe that's what Reggie meant whenever he said that Bayonetta 3 is in development. Like maybe he was just too excited. And he probably meant to say, the developers of Bayonetta are making a new IP, but he said a new Bayonetta instead. Like, that's what I think. But Astral Chain does look dope. What about you? What about Luigi's Mansion?
Never played in Luigi's Mansion game.
Never played one, but this one has me sold to be buying it. Probably not day one because there's so many games coming out towards the end of the year or this fall. So I will buy it eventually. But it looked like it improved on everything that the original and even the DS one did, and added more to it. And also you got multiplayer in it and all this other stuff. So it's like, hey, we're giving you more reasons to buy this game.
Bet. I will say this much: Luigi's Mansion for me. And my wife already told me when my kids were watching the Direct with me live. They were watching it in the other room while I was streaming it. I think they're actually watching our stream, which is weird. But then as soon as they saw Luigi's Mansion, they were like yelling. So I already know what game I'm getting this fall, and that's gonna be at the top of my list is Luigi's Mansion. Sure, I will enjoy it, as well as Pokemon. But they didn't really show too much about Pokemon. We got that from the Direct beforehand.
You're correct, bad lady.
What else am I forgetting? Because like I said, there's so much. Oh, Animal Crossing. Anybody in here a big Animal Crossing fan?
I'm not a big fan, but I like how they say.
I'm not a fan of Animal Crossing, but it's good that people are getting it.
It's good that they moved it back to next year because I feel like it would. it already has a cult fan base, but to the casuals, that game would have got lost in everything that was coming out.
It would have got lost with Pokemon and everything. I'm sorry.
For real, I'm just saying. So I'm glad they moved it back because I think it gets a little bit of a better chance. But
I went.
Didn't I call it, Nick? I laughed because I was like, watch it get pushed to 2020, and they said it, and I started dying laughing.
It's like I said, Nick. There's one game that was more hype than Zelda for me though.
What's that?
Gotta talk about it.
Go for it.
Trials of Mana, bro.
I know you're gonna
Trials of Mana remake.
Go ahead and talk about it.
Listen, a 20-year-old game that's being remade in modern RPG fashion. I love it. I absolutely love it. Like seriously, the fact that they redid the gameplay, it's kind of like a smaller scale Final Fantasy VII remake, but on with a much smaller budget. And I'm like, if Square Enix is going to be doing it, that's another thing I want to say. I want to wait to the Nintendo portion to talk about it. Square has really proven and kept their word when they said they wanted to bring back and revive their old IPs starting on the Nintendo Switch. They kept their word, and I'm for it. I'm 100% for it because really, right now with the Switch, I gotta say, I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm anticipating 2020 with games.
Yeah,
so,
feel that. Mm-hmm. I'm getting Collection of Mana. I've never played a Secret of Mana game or a Mana game or whatever. That is one RPG I have not tackled. Everybody keeps telling me that you have to. If you're a big fan of Chrono and Final Fantasy, you cannot not play any of the Mana games. So that is something I will be getting and checking out. Man, I just got to bring this list back up again. Sorry, because I done forgot already. There's so much. There's so much. No More Heroes 3. Here's the deal. I never played a Travis No More Heroes game, so y'all gonna have to tell me about that. Like you're gonna play that because I never played one. I never played one either. So there you go. Like I'm pretty sure I know it's got a decent following. People love it, but I never played it. The Resident Evil games coming to Switch, 5, 6, as well as 1 and 0, I believe, are coming to the Switch. Okay.
Basically, all the Final Fantasy games are in Switch now.
Yeah. So we're not getting 2, 3. We have 4 already. So there's that. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. That's good for the big fans of that. Ooh, Mighty Ryan's a Switch 2 announced in July. I'm calling it now. Maybe we're getting those rumors now all of a sudden. Once again, let's talk about this one because I believe this is big because this sort of signifies this. If any game solidified the fact that the Switch is here to stay for a minute, it's the fact that The Witcher 3 came to the Switch.
A game that they said that they couldn't put on there.
Because, like you said, everybody said that game wasn't coming. Everybody said that game wasn't possible to come to the Switch. It's too big. It's coming now. Obviously, it's going to run in 30. It's not going to run in super high, super ultra graphics, whatever. But it's coming. Salty, I agree with you for 60 bones. It's not my cup of tea. I already have it here on my Xbox One X, and I'm gonna play it, and I can play it in the best graphics. But here's the deal, man.
My for some reason my stuff is going on. Give me 1 second.
Nintendo fans will play that though. That's the thing. Like, that's the thing people fail to forget because that's the same question I asked. Why are Nintendo fans getting hyped about old games? Well, first of all, most Nintendo fans, the hardcore ones, don't. They probably don't own other consoles, honestly. Like, there's a lot of Nintendo fans out there that don't own other consoles, so they will take any game they can get and pay for it. You know what I mean? And so, even though we won't pay for it, they'll pay for it. But I think that's huge that went to the Switch. I thought that says a lot about how the Switch is here to stay. At least for the next 2 years. At least for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's showing third-party developers that, hey, and that was putting that game on there like, hey, you can't put your game on here. We can put this game on here. Yeah, it may not be what you get on your PC or your PS4, your Xbox One, but hey, we can still run it here and run it smoothly on here. You know, and there's going to be people that are going to want to buy it on a Nintendo Switch because maybe they had a Wii U and they're a diehard Nintendo fan and didn't go get the other system because they're like, I know Nintendo is going to pick back up. And when they came out with Switch, they bought the Switch and they're like, finally, now they're picking up and getting all these other games on here. And this game is going to definitely show people, hey, you can put games on here, not just, oh, we can't put it there.
Man, like, it's just man. Base PS4 don't play it in the best graphics and frame rate either. Nobody gave flack about going to PS4 base Xbox either. True. Oh, we'll get to that, Mighty Ryan. We'll get to that one. Link's Awakening. We got an announcement for that. September 20th. That's when it's coming.
Day one.
We didn't get to see too much more of gameplay
Dude,
than what we already saw.
That release date was like music to my ears because I think a lot of people were expecting like November, December.
A lot of people were expecting November, but they said September. I was like, perfect.
It's amazing. Well, not perfect for the fact that there like is 6 or 7 games dropping in September.
For me, it's perfect. For me, and the time it's dropping is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Yeah. And I love the fact that you're going to be able to make your own dungeons and everything like that.
Semi make your own dungeons.
Well, you're going to be able to take pieces from other dungeons and
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting.
For those of y'all who are fans of turn-based strategy games, excited for Dark Crystal Age of...
No.
Me either. Cause
Yes.
Are you really, Jake?
No.
Okay. I'm like, you're gonna... Excuse me.
Oh my god.
Say what, Zach?
Just the fact that I remember the movie, the fact that they have a game out for that, I don't know about that one.
So what else is there? One more thing, and what am I missing?
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Thank you.
That's a day one.
That's definitely day one with the where it's placed.
That's a day one for me.
Like,
And before we
go ahead.
I wanted to ask, just like, we want to talk about Marvel, but I wanted to ask you one question because I'm thinking about purchasing this game. Cause I saw you stream it. How is Cadence of Hyrule?
Okay, I was telling Evan on this. There's a lot more to Cadence of Hyrule than what's on the surface. Jake can probably vouch this because he's played.
Yo, we got 30 likes, by the way.
Yo, 30. Let's go. Thank you guys so much. Jake can vouch for this because he's played Crypt of the Necrodancer. There's a lot more to those games than meet the eye. And especially with this now being a Zelda game, and trust me, this is a legit old school Link to the Past original Zelda style game where you go to each different slide and there's different things you gotta fight. It's packed full of content. I will say as much. And for $25, if you're a fan of music and rhythmic games, on top of it, it's a Zelda game and it has dungeons. Cop it. It's worth it for me. But if that's not your cup of tea, if you're not a big fan of rhythm games, don't cop it because you will hate it because it's not a.
It's hard, dude.
It's very hard. I like me as a musician, being a drummer. Like I was like, yo, this is gonna be easy. I'm gonna tackle this. I got rhythm, right? I'm black. I got rhythm. I'm a musician. I got rhythm, right? like I got rhythm. I can do this, right? Like I'm going to murder this game. And as soon as I got to the Lost, like at first, you know, they kind of get you in. They kind of ride you. I was like, yo, this is gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy. I'm gonna play this. And then I got to the Lost Woods, and that was it was real challenging. And I was like, yo, this game is actually harder than I thought. I love this game.
Dude, you know what the problem was? You didn't have enough seasoning on your hands, bro.
Stop it. But yes, Chris Levi, I think you would enjoy Cadence of Hyrule. For real.
Okay. Now we get back to Marvel.
Here's the thing with those games is that it's almost like real-time strategy because you're moving. You have to constantly be moving unless you're missing beats.
Oh.
So as you're moving, you have to read the patterns of the enemies and you have to have like headphones in basically or have the sound up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you got zero chance.
Yeah, because the enemies do move like in a certain motion, and literally, I found myself counting, quote unquote, cadences because, like, no pun intended, but I found myself counting in cadences in 16th notes or subdividing the beats because This is a music reference for all the chat. Subdividing the beats because the enemies would like attack you on the end of 1 or on the end of 2 or in 16 notes of the one-y end of, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how
basically the time signatures were kind of like crazy.
Yeah, so you gotta like know kind of what you're doing. So it's and it's but it's dope. Jake's right. I would say get it if you're a fan. That's just me. I give it a good score. I recommend it. I give it my seal of approval. So we're not done with the direct though. Let's just talk about the big bombshell Nintendo dropped. And
What, Panda Dragoon? Contra?
Nick, real quick, read the chat because there were a couple games that were mentioned in there that both look awesome.
Also Ni no Kuni. Okay.
Oninaki.
Oh, sorry.
Oninaki,
Oninaki.
definitely.
Yes. What else was
I think that's RPG Factory too, right?
I think so.
That's RPG Factory's best game.
Oninaki and Ni no Kuni did look dope, but they're not on my radar right now. I gotta be real with you. They're just not because there's so many games I gotta play.
Oninaki is on my radar actually.
Oninaki's very much on my radar. Ni no Kuni's not because I think it's going to be a little too. I mean, I could just buy it's the straight PS3 port. I just don't see the point. But Oninaki looks great.
All right.
Keep going.
For the sake of time, because we're running a little longer than I thought we would. But it is E3. It is E3, so we're good. Nintendo dropped a bombshell at the end of the conference. I thought that there was nothing more that they could announce. Like, honestly, they killed us with so much information, so many announcements. Nintendo has showed everybody how to do it at E3 from here on out. Like, just focus on what's coming in the next year and a half. You're good. Like, and people are satisfied. But they did drop this bombshell of a game that we don't know is coming out. Some people are guessing it's next year. But the sequel to Breath of the Wild is in development. And what they showed us, you know, I will say this. I don't feel like Nintendo would have showed that if that game does not have the potential to come out within the next year and a half or so. And I'm talking early 2020 or holiday 2020 and maybe early 2021. You know what I mean? Like, unless they did not think it had the potential to come out soon, I don't think they would have showed it. And that's my take on it. But that itself was a bombshell. So we'll talk about the conspiracy theories in a minute. But how did that announcement go with you guys? Like, did that blow you away as much as it blew me away? Or
well, I was at work at the time of the announcement, so like I waited. Like I saw like T-Belly, he was streaming it, so like I stopped in after like on my lunch and like went back and watched his thing. And man, people at Nintendo New York were lit for that because like I didn't expect that. It was like okay, and it's in the same art style and graphics as Breath of the Wild. Wow, and what they showed. Okay, wow, we'll get in that in a minute. But man, that game, it you know. Hopefully they do it, and they said it's gonna be a lot darker than the original Breath of the Wild. So I'm like, hey, I like dark in my games, you know. So I'm hyped for this, you know. So I want to know what everybody else thinks before we get to the conspiracy theories and all this.
What do you think, Jake?
Oh, dude, it looks great. I was on lunch at my job, and so I couldn't like be loud, but I wanted to flip the table.
I bet you did.
Because like, so it started, and I was watching your live stream, and I have not played Twilight Princess, but you were like, "Oh, Twilight Princess." So in my head, I thought Twilight Princess port, which would have been great. But then I saw the models of Zelda and Link, and it was just like, it blew my mind. I was so ready for it.
Look,
so ready for it.
Look, the only reason why I said Twilight Princess was because the music sounded like Twilight Princess music.
And the green energy.
I was like, yo, this is Twilight Princess. And then it was
well, and it's
clearly, but
yeah. But it's great that they're going dark because Avedon and I both share the sentiment that Majora's Mask is better than Ocarina of Time.
It really is.
You're not you and me. I'm in that conversation too.
I don't know you, Nick.
Yes, you do.
Who are you?
Stop it. I'm in that conversation too. 100%.
I thought you liked Wind Waker.
I did, but I also think Majora's Mask is better than Ocarina of Time, so chill out. Anyway, Zach, what did you think about that? Just the announcement. We'll get to the conspiracy theory. Just the announcement.
The announcement, dude, if I had a Switch right now, I'd be like, Nintendo, just take my money. Just take
Everybody take their money.
The the fact that they're using the same engine and everything for the sequel, it's exactly what the fans wanted when they kept on saying about the sequels.
Hey, that's for real. I said that. I was like, yo, can we just use the same engine? Change the world somehow.
You really did say that.
I was like, can we use the same game engine and then change the world somehow? And then I feel like they're going to do both of those things.
What's cool about this is that they can focus on this because, like the last one, they had focused on the Wii U and the Switch, and they both basically already had this game made before the Switch came out. Now they can focus on just, hey, we're using the full power of the Switch and everything with it. So there could be a lot more done to the game.
100%. Avedon.
Honestly, I was shocked. Like, like you're in disbelief. Is this Zelda? Like, I didn't want to think they were announcing a Zelda game already. So I was like, nah. Let me not sound stupid. I already made a wrong prediction in my stream already. So let me not sound stupid, and let me just keep my mouth shut. But I think this is Zelda. And
I do have something to add to that real quick. All right, so remember that rumor whenever the guy from the Game Informer podcast said that a Zelda game is coming sooner rather than later, and got everybody hyped up for it. I think what got everybody off the trail was the fact that they announced Link's Awakening, like right around that same frame time.
Yeah,
and I think that got everybody's like, all right, it's just like whatever, you know what I mean? I think that kind of just blew them off the
technically
trail.
he's not wrong though.
I know he wasn't wrong, but I think whenever Link's Awakening was announced, that kind of got everybody off the trail. Like it put salt on the trail for the hounds. Like everybody's like, all right, cool, whatever, it's Link's Awakening, we're good with Link's Awakening, but it's just Link's Awakening. And then boom, Breath of the Wild 2's in development. Like,
and it's like the fact, okay, just it was still in the lines of the announcement, not conspiracy theory, but it's just what they showed. It's like they showed, you see Zelda, her hair's cut for some reason.
okay.
And then the next thing you know, you see a dead version of an iteration of Ganon. We know it's Ganon for obvious reasons, but we just don't know what iteration. So I'm excited, man.
Also, they only say, I'm interested when we finally get that name, the name release, because they just say the sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild 2, but I don't think it's gonna be called Breath of the Wild. I think it's gonna be called something crazy.
No, there's no chance. But I'm looking forward to it because I love the names of the games.
I will say that I think Breath of the Wild was like one of the best names they ever came out with.
Oh yeah.
It may not be one of my favorite games, but it may be one of the best names.
All right, so
what's everybody's favorite? Never mind, we don't have time.
Yeah, we don't have time, but we kind of do. Were you gonna say what's everybody's favorite Legend of Zelda? Because mine's Breath of the Wild.
No, what's everybody's favorite name of a Legend of Zelda game?
Oh, Link.
I know where he's going.
Link to the Past. It's just that one.
You like that?
That one's just really catchy.
Breath of the Wild for me.
Anyway,
I like Phantom Hourglass.
Let me go with what some Avedon said because we debated this, and I will still debate this. Was that Ganondorf or was that Demise?
We was on the same page with this, right?
Me and you was on the same page. We both said Demise. Me and you both said Demise. We said the hair was too long. Like we both said Demise.
The dreads. He got the red dreads, man.
Like, here's the deal. I don't care if it's Demise or Ganondorf, as long as it's not a stupid Ganon. It can be Ganondorf or it can be Demise. It cannot be Ganon.
Ganon is but Ganondorf is basically Ganon.
I know Ganon is nothing but Ganondorf after Ganondorf gets the Triforce to himself. I get that, but I don't.
You don't want mindless Ganon like we had with.
Thank you. I don't want mindless Ganon. I want
mindless Ganon was Calamity Ganon, which was,
I want the return of an intellectual villain. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing about Ganondorf and Demise that is so creepy. They were intellectual villains. They weren't mindless beasts like Ganon. They weren't like this big pig. They were dudes that you feared.
You want Solomon Grundy.
Ask Jacob how much he fears Ganondorf.
I don't.
That's a reference to the boy Chupa. Chupa was killing Jake last night in Smash.
Dude, I almost won. I don't want to hear it.
Anyway, so conspiracy. So we have our conspiracy theorist specialist Zach here because he was doing some digging. So what do you got for us about what this Ganondorf is?
Okay, for for one, it's pretty much for certain around the board. Everybody thinks it's Ganon. Like most of the articles and other things I've looked at, they definitely say it's Ganon. I looked closer at the trailer. Those drawings on the wall, those are Gerudo drawings. Like it legit had reference to the one Ganondorf in like Ocarina of Time / Twilight Princess with the Trident, because there's that one Trident that was forbidden to be taken by anybody in the Gerudo tribe, but yet Ganondorf had taken it for himself to pronounce himself as king. So I'm like, there's a clear reference to that Ganon. So there's that. The character, the fact that Link had the Master Sword, it's like there's some speculation on that where it's like
he's gonna lose it early in the game.
Calamity Ganon wasn't the actual Ganon of the prophecy you were supposed to defeat.
Ooh.
They're thinking that this Ganon that's in the tomb below the Hyrule Castle was the one that they actually set, that was actually supposed to be the one to seal away for good.
Here's my thing. How did he get there? Who put him there? I have a theory that this might have to be part of Urbosa's deal. How crazy would that be? If Urbosa like knew that Ganon down there. That was
Or Zelda.
You know, like,
And it got to the point, it answers why Zelda was sealed.
thank you.
That's interesting.
Like, yo, there's so many. You know what? Y'all convinced me it's Ganondorf. You know what? I hope it needs.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad about it. I just need to be Ganondorf. You know what I mean? I need there to be a legit like reason why is Ganondorf. Why is he down below this castle? Like, why is he there? What's he doing there? Who put him there? Why was he sealed there? How did they discover him? You know, is he alive or is that just some sort of ghost? You know what I mean? Or did they stumble upon a ritual after the fact and he's there? You know what I mean? And who put him there? It has to be a Gyarados, right? Because the Gyarados want, you know. So here's the deal, though. But they implied, though, that you know what? Yiga clan. I just thought about that. Never mind. Forgive me. I was like, yo, because the Gyarados, like Urbosa sort of put it out that they denounced Ganondorf. They were mad that he actually used the Gyarados because they prided themselves as women. So, like, I don't think anybody in the Gyarados tribe would be about.
You saying Gyarados or Gerudo?
Gyarados, sorry, Gerudo though. But you know what I mean. But like, I'm gonna say Gyarados just because it comes off.
You've been saying it the whole time. Keep rolling with it.
But anyway, so like,
Gyarados?
like, thank you. So like, I feel like it's got to be Yiga, right? Like, it's as goofy as they are. Yiga's still about that life.
Sorry to cut you off, but there was speculation that seal was made by the Shiga clan, but there's nothing for certain. But there's also reference to the Koni symbols as well, because if you look at the spiral from a top-down view, that looks almost similar to how their symbol is on the side of the buildings.
I will say this though: remember the Yiga clan symbol is very similar. And well, remember there's always that. There's always that. It could be the Yiga. No, I just
see.
Whoa.
Yeah, but I think that this is cool that they show just that much to get us like this until they show more of it, to be talking month after month, to be talking about this, theorizing. Nintendo knew what they were doing with that.
I just need it to be next year. The more we talk about it, like I told myself, here's the deal. I told myself I can wait, right? I told myself
there's enough games.
Right?
We got Trials of Mana. We got, let's see, let's name. We got Trials of Mana. We got Final Fantasy VII Remake. We got a whole bunch of games coming next year. We got a possible Bayonetta 3 coming out this year. Not to mention the games of this year that we probably won't have finished yet.
Yeah, so I'm telling myself I can wait, right? What Abaddon just said. I'm telling myself my backlog's here. I can wait, right? I can wait till 2021, right? I can wait till a little bit. When we talk about this, I want this game next year. ASAP. Like, it's killing me inside.
Oh yeah, Nicholas made a good point about possibly being able to play Zelda.
Yes.
That's something that I saw after the trailers. People are like,
What did he say?
shown, is there a possibility that you'll be able to play Zelda in this game?
Well, she does have powers. I would love that. You know, she can fend for herself. That would be dope. That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
See, I also think that's where the like her hair being cut comes in, because in like Japan, cutting your hair symbolizes that you've matured, that women have matured in some way. Like reference Sakura back in Naruto, when she cut her hair during her and Ino's fight, that meant she had matured personality wise,
Right.
that she was ready to start fending for herself. So I think that's what they were doing with Zelda after they had finished Breath of the Wild.
She
and
did come off as an innocent,
trailer.
whiny little girl. I mean, like, she did come off as like, I'm helpless and yada yada yada, and then
I thought she was fighting the Sound Village.
She was.
oh yeah, I thought
How dare you, Zach? How dare you? All right, sorry.
either way.
I haven't watched it in a while.
But it's safe to say that Nintendo killed E3. Like, Nintendo bodied everybody. Nintendo put everybody
Body bag.
Nintendo put everybody on notice on how you need to do E3 from here on out. You know,
Yeah.
simple. You don't even have
Yeah.
to show us brand new games. Just show us new games come. Like, it didn't even have to be brand new games. It could be remaster games. Just show us that they're
Yeah.
coming.
And a lot of what they did wasn't just show us games. A lot of those games,
Had gameplay.
if 75% of them had gameplay, and people were sitting there before even that one. Whenever Xbox did their stuff, and they didn't show a lot for years. Whenever even I don't like them right now, Ubisoft and Bethesda and the other ones, they didn't show as much gameplay as we wanted. Like, that game's coming out and within 6 months or a year. Show me gameplay, because I want to know, why is there a reason outside of this CGI trailer to buy a game? Nintendo said, here you go. Here's why you should buy it.
Dude, I think it was like almost every game but Breath of the Wild sequel had like decent gameplay in it. And even Breath of the Wild.
Fire Emblem.
All right, well, okay. Thank you. But and even Breath of the Wild had in-engine game, like in-engine footage though. Like, they didn't just do like they did with Metro Prime 4, Flash. They didn't do that. They literally showed us in game engine footage. It wasn't gameplay, but it was still game engine footage. I just thought that was crazy. But yes, Nintendo killed E3, and that's gonna wrap it up for us for this podcast. I appreciate y'all for coming through. This was a lot of fun. The Patreon podcast. I will say this before we get to the outros. Anybody who wants to be on the podcast who is a Patreon of the channel, or even Avedon's channel, or anybody in the Chillcast, because like I said, this is a Chillcast thing. This isn't the Nick Direct thing. This is a Chillcast thing in general. And you want a voice, and you want to be on here, and you want to be on the podcast and just have fun, talk video games with us, let me know. Let Avedon know. We'll kind of get. We're trying to get a good rotation of panel members for this and all that stuff. So, let Nick says I'll do next week. Bet you got it, Nicholas. You got it. So, let's go ahead and get into the outros. That stuff. Zach, homie, thank you so much for doing this, man. Appreciate you for your support. You know, for both our channels, me and Avedon as well. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Like, I know you've been doing a lot of drawings, so let everybody know about that real quick, because I know I don't know if you have a channel, but you've been doing a lot of tracing and drawings, and you've been posting them in the Discord, so let everybody know about that, and where they can find you on Twitter for that.
Nah, those tracings are just more of like a little hobby I used to do.
Hey,
I
man.
just get back into it again.
Do it.
But it is
Post
on my
them.
Twitter and Discord, though.
There you go. So be on the lookout for that. What's your Twitter handle? That way people can follow you if they want to.
I am Zap1999.
There you go. There you go. Jake,
What's up?
Mr. 101 subscribers.
Oh snap! It's true.
The Don Don.
Let everybody know what
Got
you're
a
doing, Don
custom.
Don. Let everybody know what you're doing.
I stream here on YouTube. Projakin.
Tell everybody what your name.
I-
Tell everybody what your name is going to be, because you know your name is a joke.
Jakin. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be Killer.
I-
Jake.
Oh, Killer Jakin. Yeah. I started up a new series here on the channel. Seems like people are liking it, so I'm probably going to keep it going. I'm on the Lootcast every Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern time over on the Game Looters channel. I'm on Twitter at BaconJakin. And yeah, that's about it. Come on through. Streams are fun.
All right. Chris Levi, once again, thank you so much, bro, for being a supporter of not only my channel, but Abaddon's channel as well, and supporting the Chillcast, Chill Squad in general.
These were coming on last Friday, too.
For real. You came on the Chillcast last Friday as well. So, everybody know what you got going on, because I know you got a lot going on with this whole Ubisoft ban. So
so basically, I kind of like revealed myself, some of the stuff that led to me to be the way that I am the last couple of years in my recent video that I just dropped right before we went live. So if y'all take time, go watch that video. You don't have to, but I would appreciate that.
No, you have to. Go watch it.
But yes, I am a Patreon. I think I'm a Patreon actually. Everybody's on Chillcast because Rob, Chips and Sticks, you, Abaddon, and your player too.
There you go.
And so yeah, I do live streams. I did do most of them here on YouTube, but the way YouTube and Ubisoft burnt me, I'm gonna be doing most of them on Mixer. And if I do them on YouTube, I've got a group channel that me and two other buddies run called Triple L Gaming because I use my middle name and both of their first name in it. You can check that out. I'll check that out. But on my YouTube channel, expect to see the occasional shout out video and as far as gaming videos, reactions to trailers of games that I'll be purchasing, and the occasional gaming opinionated video like in a while back I did, and one about Xbox Game Pass, why you should get it and all that. And that's basically what I do. I'm all over social media, always in the Discord, whether it be my Discord, Nick's Discord, Abaddon's, chatting with people on the VC and all that. So if you feel like, hey, I'm somebody that you would like to check out, go check out my YouTube channel and give me a subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me be here, Nick.
Yes, sir, man. Always on. Let people know what you're doing, man. I know you got some stuff coming. Let people know what you're doing.
Right now my channel is mainly, for now, until I could figure out what I want to do with the main channel, mainly live streaming. Doing reaction videos. I do opinion videos and reviews, but I'm gonna segment myself more. I'm gonna start cutting some content because YouTube doesn't really like promoting content creators who do multiple stuff. So that's why the music stuff is on a separate channel called ASVG Beats. That's ASVG space BEATZ. And on that channel, I do mostly chilled out hip hop related instrumentals. So be sure to check that out. Things go correctly. This new video will be ready for tomorrow. I've been really just thinking about how I'm going to better give you guys better content and overall over there. I don't want to just do regular still videos or visualizer videos and that. So I actually want to give you guys content that you can enjoy over there as well. As well over here on Abaddon Smith. So Abaddon Smith, down soon I will live stream less. I may put those back on Twitch. And what I'm going to end up doing is just give you guys more opinion videos, but we're still deciding. And I'm just going to take my time to figure this out because I don't want to give you guys rush content. So that's that. If you like what you see here, you like chilling with me, come subscribe. We're 6 away from 1,500 subs, so we're getting there, guys.
Go sub to the man. You know, excuse me.
Don't die.
Go sub to the man. It's almost the 1,500. So. You know who this is. This is Nintendo Direct. You're here on the channel. Appreciate y'all. This channel is dedicated to my live streams and the occasional reaction video. That's what we're doing here. Do me a favor on my new channel, much like Abaddon, I have a separate channel for the music. Studio Nintendo here.
Almost at 500 subs.
Almost to 500 subs. Tomorrow morning, I will be dropping a Metal Gear Solid video. I'm excited for that cover. My buddy, his name, he told me to call him Swisher J Sweet. he came through and had some drum tracks on there, and so it's gonna be a lot of fun. So appreciate y'all. Once again, if you're new to the channel or you watch us on the replay, feel free to become a Patreon of me, Abaddon, whoever's channel. Support the whole chill squad as a whole. Appreciate y'all. We out this thing. We will see you guys next week.
Stay awesome.
Deuces.